So last week I was fishing out in the Mexican waters. Actually, it was international waters, right? We're in the fishing boat. We're catching fish.
San Diego, right?
Off San Diego up there.
How far out do you go?
Oh, we're going 50 miles out, right?
Okay.
So we're out there, and all of a sudden there's a big submarine that shows up.
Get out of here.
You know what it reminds me of?
Wait a minute. Wait, before you tell me that, was it an American or Russian sub?
Pretty sure it was an American.
Okay, I feel better now.
So there's a sub out there.
Yeah.
It reminded me of subcontracting.
It did?
Yeah.
Oh.
And that sub probably could have sank our ship very easily.
Yeah.
And so I said, you don't want your subcontractors to sink your ship now, do you?
No, that's not a good thing.
Head harvester Bill Arman from the West Coast.
Head harvester Ed LaFlamme from the East Coast. That was a stretch, but hey, it works.
True story. Listen,
Yeah,
and
it's
so
true,
listen.
it's true, yeah.
So here we are at the Seaside Growers Nursery here in Dana Point, California.
Fantastic.
And they let us do this filming here, and we really appreciate that from Jimmy, our friend here, right?
We love him.
He's a great guy, isn't he?
He is.
So tell us, what exactly do we mean when we say sub or subcontractor? What is that, harvester? What are those?
Well, landscapers sub out tree work, irrigation, fertilizing, sweeping. We think chemical applications.
Chemical application.
That's probably the bulk of it.
So these are specialty skill sets, maybe some equipment that you don't have the expense to have that.
Yeah.
So you subcontract them out.
Correct.
You become the general contractor, there's a subcontractor to you.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So we want to give you some basics on this to help prevent you from the sub sinking your ship. So here's some basics, okay? Here's the very fundamental piece, right? You get a quote from you. First, you qualify the sub. Make sure they're licensed and they're insured. They have some references, and you know them. It's just not some person that you just met, down Swallows Inn, right?
Right.
You get a quote from them. Make sure they're very specific what they're quoting on, right? You mark up that quote, depending on how much the fair market value is. You mark it up. You make sure that they do the job correctly. The client's happy. You bill the work. You collect the money. Then you pay the sub. That's the basics of sub-base. That's a very simple flying version of subcontract.
Should work that way. Should work.
So how do they sink your ship? What the heck?
Well, I've got a few nightmares myself when I had my business. One of the things I did was I subbed out a very large irrigation job, and then when it came actual time for them to do it, he reneged on the job. Didn't want to do it. Yeah, and I asked him 2 or 3 weeks before that, "Are you sure about your price?" "Oh, yes." But when it came down to do it, he just stalled me. And I had to go back to my other subcontractor I did work with.
Raise the price?
Yes,
you
he
lost
did.
The margin?
Yes, he did. I didn't make any money, and I was groveling to him to have him come back, So that was not a good situation. That can happen very easily. Some owners, in a sense, they think they're subbing out employees.
Oh, so they pay them directly without paying taxes and insurance, all that kind of stuff?
Thank you. That's what they're doing.
Uh-oh, that could be a big, that would sink your ship big time.
Yeah, because they're violating federal and state laws.
Like Department of Labor, you can probably throw all sorts of stuff.
Ooh, yes.
So don't want to be doing that. That'll sink your ship for sure. What's another way to sink your ship?
I would say, let's see, maybe when they're subbing these contractors out, and the contractor doesn't have insurance.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that could be a problem. So if that contractor has a problem on a job, a major problem, then they could be in serious trouble. The contractor could be. And
you can be, so they're basically an extension of your company. So whenever they do something, they run over a child, unfortunately, or run through a building, or cause some liability or some injury, they belong to you as a subcontractor.
That's correct. You're the primary contractor.
And if they're not insured or they're not licensed, that'll just jump right onto you.
That's exactly right.
Okay, what's another one?
That's serious.
What's another way to sink your ship with a sub?
Jeez, that's all I can think of right now.
How about just a bad sub?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Bad sub.
Like
bad
the one
sub.
I was talking about before.
Yeah, they just don't perform, right?
Yeah.
And then you're left holding the bag.
But they do a lousy job, and they
it reflects on you.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's some action steps. Decide on subs, right? And make sure you do some homework on them, get some references, and have 2 for each category. In case one's busy or drops the ball, you have a backup sub, okay? Have 2 subs for each category that you do work in. Mark up their cost according to fair market value. Now listen, this could be as low as 10% and as high as 100%, depending on the type of how specialty the work is and what the fair market is. Now listen, normally in an industry, normal market value is 15 to 25% markup, right? But
yeah.
know your fair market value, because you may be undercharging your markup, right?
I see that all the time. They're afraid to mark up the sub.
Yeah.
But the problem is, Bill, sometimes they're afraid, but they don't know what the other competitors would charge. So they need to test the price of the sub they're working with, because maybe he's a really low price he's giving them,
Right.
which would allow him for a higher markup, but they never take advantage of
Yeah.
it. Because they just go, oh, we'll just mark it up 10%.
Yeah.
Well, no. They have to really look at those numbers.
You bet.
Yeah.
And then finally, be certain that they're licensed and that they have all the certifications that are necessary by law.
Right.
Right. And they're insured, and they add you as an additionally insured, and at the same level of insurance that your client requires of you.
Correct.
Say it's $2 million limit, whatever it is. They want to match that, so you don't fall underneath that, because your insurance company wouldn't like that. So that's it. Don't let subs sink your ship. Head Harvester Bill Orman from the West Coast.
Head Harvester Ed LaFlamme from the East Coast.
No, really, that story was true. That big old sub. Look, I can hear the sub right now.
Oh no, that's
the sub's coming ashore.
No, that's a train. That's a train,
That's
Bill.
the sub right
no,
there.
it's not a track. No. That's a train.